Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a BlazeCasting presentation, bringing you a game between PotM Bottom and Darer. This is part of the Defense 2 tournament in the knockout stages. Just these two teams going up against one another. Should be a very fun game once we get into it. I'm also live streaming this for the first time. If you haven't checked out my live stream, it's twitch.tv/BlazeCasting, generally streaming Thursdays and Fridays around the middle of the day. But anyways, just kind of trying it out and trying to get some live games going too, but right now I'm just doing a VOD to fill in the content since I'm not getting a live game at the moment. But one way or another, we are getting the full lineup, I believe. We have a three stand-ins actually for Darer. So they're missing a lot of team members. Only have Mag and Artstyle picking up their stand-up. So it's mostly stand-in plus Darer versus the full strength lineup of PotM Bottom. So this just should be interesting. Now this is an all-pick phase. That means that they pretty much did a Captain's Mode draft prior to this, and it did not, they had to remake, so they've already drafted previously, and now they're just picking the heroes that they would have had anyways. It looks like they actually got a Phantom Assassin pickup, which is really interesting for Darer. I mean, they do have a really good carry player, but overall, the Phantom Assassin is a very vulnerable hero towards the early stages of the game, and it looks like PotM Bottom wants to capitalize on it with the lineup that they have. Earthshaker, Ancient Apparition, Windrunner, all providing a lot of early presence, and Broodmother in a league of her own with that lane sustain potential. But anyways, jumping into this game here, finally have all of those picked up. Hopefully not going to get a pause in it, but if that is the case, I'll probably just fast forward through it. But anyways, we do have quick items picked up on just about everybody. Aoi 2000 on his iconic Broodmother, probably going for the solo bottom, possibly, given the runaround. Actually putting the web in the base at the moment. You can put up 2 webs, so I don't know if he wants to keep it there for some reason, or if he's going to put both of them in the lane, probably the latter. But just kind of making sure there. We do have an interesting pickup with the Jakiro coming out, not only the Phantom Assassin, but also the Jakiro. Trying that out, has a lot of long-range stun and slow potential, but it's very, very difficult to wind up those abilities. You have to be very precise in your targeting, and if they want to dodge it, they have that potential to do so as well. Prophet's scouting out a little bit with these Trents. Gonna scout out these 5 heroes, trying to go for some initiation and shut that down pretty quickly. But sneaking on the Ancient Apparition, Fogged picking up the Invoker. It's just amazing Invoker player, and they gave it to him in this draft specifically. So he's going to be utilizing that in the solo mid situation. And way too sexy on the Sand King or Earthshaker. I'm calling him the wrong name. I do not know. But anyways, so Broodmother, Aoi 2000 going for the fast soul ring. Gonna go for the solo top there. Maybe a little roam from Earthshaker, but primarily he's going to be looking at the bottom lane to support, I guess, go for a kind of aggressive tri-lane, specifically. I'm not entirely sure. I guess that depends on what Darer wants to lane in their situation, but right now, Tides of Time hovering over the top lane, and it looks like Sneaking and Earthshaker are going to lane together, while Tides of Time, with that Windrunner pickup, is going to be looking to shut down the counter tri-lane that's on top lane. So pretty much Phantom Assassin going for an early Aquila. Currently missing her head, but that's just a little bit of a bug there. Supported by the Jakiro, supported by the Chen, but he's going to be mostly in the jungle, and it's going to be kind of a pseudo tri-lane aspect there. As far as mid goes, overall Fog should definitely win this lane between Rubik and the Invoker. He just has so much more auto attack damage potential with that early Exhort build, and he's definitely going to be going for a Sunstrike, Quasi-Exhort type strategy from that. Way too sexy trying to cover up. There are no wards to block the spawn, so he can stack it freely. However, this Nature's Prophet going the suicide. Action up top, he's invisible, he'll be perfectly fine. Do they have any detection for him early on? They did not, so they will have to wait a little bit to obtain that. But anyways, this Trent's not only stopping him from stacking the pulls, but also is able to pull the lane from this location here, or even further back, and then pull it safely to his tower, so that he doesn't have to go too far from his tower at all, because that would mean certain death, especially against that lane. Overall, pull up the CS board. Rubik doing the best, but actually not too much CS. I mean, this has been 2 full waves of creeps, and we only have 4 and 2 as our best last hits. But whatever, Ancient Apparition topping that out along with the Invoker, doing pretty well. But Sunstrike is invoked, and he's going to be looking for some global presence. Here's some action on Aoi 2000, just trying to get that early experience, early gold up. Once he gets that soul ring, he can push this Phantom Assassin off the lane like nobody's business. Doesn't have a shout shield, so will get hurt by the Spiderlings in full damage, other than the 2 armor that is provided from the ROP. And Aoi 2000 is going to take huge amounts of advantage of that around level 5, and when he picks up that soul ring. In the meantime, just kind of defending his tower, getting some kills off on the creeps, and getting that soul ring up as soon as he can. Actually used all of his mana already, so that's going to shut him down for a short time period, but should be fixing that in no time at all. Now, I will add in on the stream. I do have my overlay there with my username. And so, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's going to be BlazeCasting is the YouTube channel, and same thing with the Twitch.tv channel. Now, Tides of Time kind of rotating top, trying to do some harass pressure back at Jakiro, getting dotted a little bit by the spiderlings. Same with Artstyle is actually going to watch himself because these spiderlings are very present and very painful. Now, Artstyle, it's actually kind of a weird pickup. Artstyle generally doesn't play the super hard carries, and so that's kind of something that he generally doesn't opt for, and surprising. Now, I'm not sure if they want to be pushing this tower. Right now, Artstyle has a Ring of Basilius activated. That means there's a lot of armor going to all the creeps. Wow, Chen actually getting first blooded by the spiderlings. Brood throwing out not only the spawn spiderlings ability onto the Chen, but also the current spiderlings having enough time to go and nom his face off. And so that's going to be Chen trying to gank the lane, but instead getting ganked himself, and that's going to cost him first blood. Now, he doesn't have any boots or anything, he's nowhere near it, and I believe he did buy the Flying Courier, but he is pretty low on gold himself, not farming too well, and now feeding first blood, not where he wants to be at. Now, Windrunner, so Tides of Time supporting Aoi 2000, making sure he can get that farm up to that soul ring, and after that point in time, he should be pretty fine, which is right about now. So I'm expecting Tides to probably rotate towards mid, possibly, try to get a gank on the Rubik, but both heroes getting their bottles up, and about almost exactly the same time. No, he went for boots instead, so he's actually going for mobility, maybe pick up the runes, but not worry about whether or not they fill his bottle. But now they're actually doing a lot of pressure onto the bottom tower here. Earthshaker and the Ancient Apparition combining together really put this pressure on Nature's Prophet, where pretty much he goes down even near his tier 1 tower, he's not safe, and he's going to drop down pretty quick. So they're covering that up, dropping down to half health, but again, Broodmother doing so much damage, and Artstyle doesn't have any detection, not going to be able to do much, even sending the Spiderlings on him just cuz. And Aoi 2000 going to salve up, be perfectly fine getting that kill in the Jakiro. And that's because it's just the presence of Brood. Spawn Spiderlings with that practically unlimited mana, based on the unlimited health, based on the Soul Ring, or Emo Ring as some people like to call it. Just has the never-ending harass, and then Tides of Time being able to disable and take advantage of that. Wards stack on top of each other, covering the top rune. While Rubik picks up another item, maybe boots. Yes, he does, and he has the invisibility rune. So if he can utilize that effectively, they can swing themselves back in the game. But right now, it's all about bottom, even in their laning phase. 2-0, half a tower down on bottom lane. There's not a single winning lane, and Chen's not even doing that great. He's not farming whatsoever. So the tower is not deniable just yet. The siege creep did get killed, so the tower is one hit from deniable. But in the meantime, they will use that as an opportunity to push that in no time at all. It's kind of the same thing on top lane. I mean, there's a decent counter push from if he picks up his Liquid Fire. He already has his Dual Breath and can take down the Spiderlings pretty quickly. Now bottom tower, just a little bit more action. Age of Prophet trying to go for the deny, but sneaking, denying of that. Now they just need to auto-attack the tower down before they take too much damage from it. And one more hit from sneaking will give him the last hit. And not much the standing can do about that, unfortunately. Now they do have actually double sentry. A little bit of mistake there. Whoever picked up the sentries put both of them down on top of each other. That cost them 100 gold. Just complete waste there. Artstyle actually picking up an early Vladimir's, or not picking it up just yet. Unfortunately, his farm is nowhere near that. Only 15 CS, but he is looking for early Vladimir's to be able to tank up against all this physical damage. But there's still a lot of magic damage coming out, and if he's delaying his BKB further and further, he is not going to be able to sustain well against the Earthshakers, stuns, the nukes coming out from the Broodmother, etc. Now Brood does know that there's sentry wards involved here because of the fact that they're being so aggressive on him while he is under the webs, and they pretty much are trying to take advantage of that while they can. But that mana, that health regen, even rank 2 webs giving him plus 15 HP regen with a tango up. So he is just healing right back up, no problem there whatsoever, and covering that lane very nicely. But now he's looking for Artstyle, doing a lot of damage to him, and the slow does go across, but nice shackle coming off from Tides of Time. If he had actually done a power shot along, following that up, it is actually on only a rank 1 power shot. But if he had power shotted along with the spawn Spiderlings on Artstyle, I believe he actually would have taken him down. But now, Invoker doing very well with 25 last hits in middle versus 21 from the Rubik. He's level 6, whereas Mag is forced to rune hunt constantly to sustain in lane. He does get a paste rune, which may benefit him indeed, but he is out of the lane a lot, and that denies him a lot of experience. Ancient Apparition throwing an ulti towards top lane, looking for a kill. Aoi 2000 in a very aggressive position, but for the reason of the Ancient Apparition ulti about to come in, burning him down, the stand-in, and Jakir going to drop 2 Windrunners auto attack. Now they have the opportunity to push yet another tower and capitalize on their advantage once more. 4-0. Aoi 2000, all too happy to regenerate right back up. The Rubik actually did pick up an Ancient Apparition kill. Ancient Apparition was on bottom lane, and while he was concerned with that ultimate, he did actually get picked off by the Nature Prophet and the Rubik combined together, so he used that haste rune very effectively there. But anyways, top tower will be the cost, because art style really has absolutely nothing to do to defend against this. Oh wow, very nice, beautiful shackle, and he has nowhere to blink to. He's going to get knocked out really quickly, and he blinks right on top of Earthshaker, but he's going to drop down really quick, dodging quite a bit, but overall it's not going to be enough. The tower aggro switches to Aoi 2000, and they're able to pick up the kill with little consequence. Now these Spiderlings doing a lot, but overall he just popped his Soul Ring really low HP, and if he just gets nuked down just a little bit, clap and a W, that's going to be enough. But he's still in the tower, and he's just using his mobility, using his amazing movement speed with the treads and the rank 4 webs to get out of that bad situation. And now there's a lot of creeps focusing down Chen, just getting mauled by these Spiderlings, and he's got to get out of there. He's just getting clapped. If they're doing a clap, they're doing enough slows to take him out, but a lot of resources to spend on just a couple little itty-bitty spiders. But that's the cost of going up against a Broodmother pickup. Now on bottom lane, Sneaking actually has Nature Prophet cornered in a little tiny spot, and he was not able to get out of that spot. He tried to TP out back to safety at the fountain, but one more auto attack was able to commit to that, and now Sneaking is looking at an ulti towards top lane, and that's going to benefit him quite a bit. He's going to try to hit Jakira with it. Does actually going to land on him now with the Sunstrike. Going to go wide, but if Aoi 2000 could just get a Q with that Fisher. Come on, Aoi. Just do. Yeah, there we go. And drops him down with the Spiderlings.
I could kill you with 5 eyes closed.
I'm sure you can, Broody. But yeah, so him picking up the Sunstrike, so he did get to steal that. But action going on the bottom lane. Archstyle transition bottom. News that he can't do it, but they're going to actually have a pause come out, etc. But he is ready to go. We're back online. Aoi 2000 ready for an unpause, and we'll get back into the game. So, yeah, overall Sneaking in pretty bad spot. This Sunstrike is not his allies. It is definitely Rubik's. Popping down on him. I'm actually not sure how much true pure damage it's going to be doing to him, but it is sufficient for Phantom Assassin to get that kill. So that's going to drop him down. Now Tides of Time has to watch himself. Only level 5 split in experience with the Broodmother, and now he's in not the best situation at all. Windrun is rank 1, so he will be able to negate some of the auto attack damage from art style, but overall crits can be crits, and that can be putting out a lot of damage on him specifically. But Aoi going for his Manta style build, loves that build, just getting that Manta style really quick off. I guess it's mostly for the mobility, getting the Yasha's movement speed buff combined with spin web makes him almost maximum movement speed, and just he zooms across the map. It's very, very effective, and adds up a lot. And now Tides of Time, like I said, in a bad spot, only level 5, getting picked up by Rubik, and now they got the TPs coming in. TP support gets a nice shackle on the art style. Caught Fog getting a cold snap onto the Phantom Assassin, needs to blink out, only has 3 seconds on the cooldown. Sunstrike going on to Nature Prophet, finishing him off. Sunstrike going on to somebody else, but Rubik actually finished off on Windrunner. Perfect Sunstrike right there. Somehow he saw him, I'm not sure, but he did manage it, and he got that finished off. Now Artstyle trying to get out just a little bit more. Cold Snap and a couple auto attacks are going to finish that off. Nice play by Fog. So nice play by Rubik too. That was really good, really good Sunstrike, assuming that's what killed him. And Sneaking's actually going for it looks like a counter Vladimir's, where both teams will have Vladimir's, will kind of negate the armor. I mean, it's not, they don't go negative armor or anything, but both teams having +5 armor, they're both just as actually Aoi looking for a kill. Just a little bit of action on the spawn. Spiderlings will finish him off. 1 auto attack, 1 spawn, but he needs a soul ring. 3 seconds on soul ring. Never mind. Had the mana for it himself. Didn't even need the emo ring pop, and that's going to go. Now, Nature Prophet is trying to get some farm up. Has a rank 1 ulti, but he's only level 6 with no boots at all. That's not where Nature Prophet wants to be. He has been suiciding, so he's been kind of in the worst situation. As far as levels go, it's all above the Radiant team. Rubik didn't do too poorly. He's probably the only one that's really standing. Everybody else is level 6. I was going to say or below, but it's literally just 6 different people in the game are level 6 at the moment. But Nature Prophet is one of them, and that's not where he wants to be. Meanwhile, Fog doing amazingly. Level 9. The Broodmother hitting level 10 now, and they have a huge advantage because of it. They are going to take down this tower really quickly, and that's going to put a lot of gold in their favor. So I-2000 Windrunner actually gets the last hit on that, surprisingly, but one more another. Now Nature Prophet looking for a TP, and he does go on. Oh, Fog already dropped down, so Artstyle finished him off really quickly. Fog just in too bad of a situation. Rubik able to Sunstrike on top of him, I believe, with that slowing effect from the Stifling Dagger. Never used that phrase, but the dagger nonetheless. Ancient Apparition ulti coming in. Artstyle dropping him down. Power shot. He is really low, but I think he might survive. 10% is pretty low threshold at this point in time, and just one more tick. Chen ulti's not going to help you, but it will help the Jakiro live because he didn't have the debuff on him. But yeah, Chen ulti does not help when Ancient Apparition ulti is on, because there goes a Fisher dropping down art style. Be still indeed. But Chen ulti pop during Ancient Apparition ulti on 3 people pretty much means he only healed the other 2, because Ancient Apparition negates all healing effects to those people specifically. Does he? Okay, he has I was wondering the double recipe, if he was going for the mantle recipe already. But no, he has a magic wand. Really just good overall for the spell spamminess of Rubik, along with some action from Jakiro, that kind of stuff. I mean, all of them do a decent amount of spell cast, and that magic wand is pretty much the most slot and gold deficient item in the game. So overall, it's never a bad pickup. In this case, perfectly fine for the Brood as well. Does have the Yasha, does have the wand, and is going to be looking for that Manta style not too long after. Now sneaking in kind of a tough situation, gets sprouted and gets Sunstrike by this Rubik, who still has the Sunstrike available, and standing. The Nature Prophet just needs to get out, but it's not going to happen. Ties the time. Staying on top of him with that slow. And Artstyle actually getting ulted by the Echo Slam. Now he's going to try to Fisher him back. Does have a nice Shackle going across. But Rubik is here trying to prevent this. Does actually get some damage on sneaking. But if Fisher blocks him, he's not going to get that last auto attack off. Did not pull what he really needed. Oh, wow. Ulti coming in. Darer dropping him out. He did Echo Slam, though, and Ancient Apparition is going to fall along with the Rubik. So nice steal, picking off the AA, but overall he was not able to do as much as he wanted to in that situation. He really just wanted to telekinesis the Ancient Apparition and get a kill on him real quick, but he didn't pull him back towards. You can actually ground target your telekinesis to tell them where to land, and if he had done so, pulling him closer, he could have gotten an auto attack or 2 off. But unfortunately, he did not manage that, and therefore he was forced to run around the Fisher, which was perfectly blocking him away. And that made him trade kills. He did inevitably kill the Ancient Apparition with a nice Echo Slam steal, but overall, it did cost him his life. Artstyle's farm in a very poor state indeed. 24 last hits in 13 minutes. Not where he wants to be at all. I think I've said that a couple times, but whatever. He has 1, 5, and 3 on the KDA, and that's the problem with the Phantom Assassin, is if you don't get the farm on her, he's 5 deaths. He's contributing very little damage to the team right now, except for some random RNG crits, which, honestly, the amount of, even if he's critting 2 or 3 times a fight, he's still only doing as much damage as any other carry would be at this point. He just scales so poorly, and poor staff on Fogged loves that mobility and going to utilize it very effectively now. He does have double forward spirits with 4 and Quas, 4 and Exhort, and that's going to allow him to do tons of physical damage with that Cold Snap, with those forward spirits, and finish off somebody with a Sunstrike. Overall, Macropyre is up on Jakiro, finally hit level 6. Well, he's been level 6 for a while, but I haven't really seen the Macropyre up on him. I guess he wants to use it to defend towers or to try to get a kill on somebody who's already sprouted or something along those lines. Anyways, on bottom lane, Nature Prophet porting in on sneaking. He gets slowed by Stifling Dagger, and he's going to get dropped down pretty quickly. Artstyle trying to get to him, and with the trees out of the way, he will be managed to do so. 3 seconds on the blink next. But actually counter initiation by Way Too Sexy coming in with the Fisher, big Fisher onto Jakiro. He's going to drop down a couple auto attacks. DD on Fog, burning him down hard. Invoker getting a triple kill out of that. Actually picking off with a Sunstrike, picking off the PA, and otherwise being able to kill the retreating Nature's Prophet and the Jakiro just now. So all 3 kills for the Invoker. Fog picking up everything as he wants to, but the Cold Snap stolen by Mag, popping it onto his, here's that, I don't know what he had, I think he had a Wind Run actually, but one way or another, he's dropped down. Nice Shackle, Ancient Apparition ulti and a Sunstrike, bringing down, and Echo Slam, not completely necessary, didn't hit a single hero, but nice to throw in there just gotta be sure. But domination from PotM Bottom right now. I may chalk it up to the fact that Darer does not have their full strength lineup, but not far from it. But Artstyle is calling good game, go next. And I believe there's some issue. I actually believe I remembered. Oh no, they're talking about the servers that they're playing on. Okay. Anyways, because they're a North American team versus a. I'm trying to remember if they're Swedish or something, somewhere in the Netherlands region specifically. But Darer was playing on an American server, and they may be chalking that up to lag. I would more so chalk it up to the fact that they are playing with 3 stand-ins out of 5 players, which means they don't have nearly as much coordination on their team. They really can't play to their styles and really play as their team should be. So Fog just kind of dominating all over the place and causing a lot of grief. 22-5. Can't blame them for calling GG at this point in the game. Brood out farming the carry going nowhere. Not even picking up Vladimir's, for crying out loud, one of the cheaper items. And that's going to be the end of the game. So thanks for watching, guys. Again, this was a BlazeCasting presentation bringing you this game. Gonna conclude my streaming session at this point in time, but if, like I'll say, my YouTube channel is BlazeCasting. If you're watching VOD, you're already at it. But same name for my Twitch.tv, which I stream Thursdays and Fridays in the early afternoon on Eastern Time. So I'll get a more specific schedule on my channel in the near future. But here's a scoreboard. Pretty stompy game, but overall good play from Fogged and everybody else. And thanks for watching, guys. Catch you later.